Hi, it's Mitz from My Life Mitz. Thank you very much for being here today. So this is another Junk Journal July video, and I know I haven't been able to post every day, but I think I received a comment recently about making the clusters, like the paper collages, like the mini paper collages, and then I was looking at the Junk Journal July prompts, and I think that would be really fun for brown paper or maybe for paper samples. But anyways, let's just get into creating different types of paper clusters or paper samples. Maybe that's what I will work towards. I did share with you in the previous video, I think maybe 3 videos back or so, where I would make these paper clusters and have them kind of ready to go. And I said that I don't have the heart to use them yet. I actually started using some, but I scanned a lot of them and I made them into a clear PET tape, but I thought it would be fun to make more of these. You can just, if you don't have a stapler nearby, you can easily just glue the pieces on. You don't have to have a stapler to staple them together. But yeah, I just rip up random pieces of paper, layer them on top of each other, and maybe if you can grab tissue papers or vellum or pieces that have some translucency to them, you can definitely see the layers through that paper. So I think a variety is always helpful to have, and if you don't have papers, I will share with you some other ideas. You can also of course use washi tape, and I was looking through my recycling bag and I had an idea, and hopefully I'll be able to share that with you, but I'll just kind of put these up here and place these up here just for some inspiration. I grabbed some papers that I'm no longer using, and I think I mentioned this before in the other video, to not be afraid to take out pages from journals that you're not using. So for example, this is the Hobonichi Techo. This is like my daily art journal, like my daily, it's basically just my daily journal. And near the back, I always have these blank pages and I don't use them. And of course, some people will cover it with another page and will use them that way. I have often ripped these pages out and use them in my journal, so I'll share with you exactly how I do that. Just be careful if you're going to be taking papers out of your journals, to kind of give, not to rip it directly from the spine, because that could affect the entirety of the spine. So whenever I do rip out the papers out of a journal, I'll leave a little bit of space away from the spine and just rip. I like the ones that have some fun writing, because most of the time I can't really read it anyways. I mean, I could use the Google Translate app, but I'll just do that for now. And you can rip these up and layer them. Also papers from like my old ring. I was keeping like a ring planner or ring binder just to keep track of what I spent. It looks like I spent a lot of coffee, so 100 yen for coffee and snack almost every day. But yeah, I don't need this anymore. This is from many years ago, October, November, and there's no point of me keeping these. I could of course recycle it, or I'll use them in my journals. And same with this one. This is also part of the same 5 ring binder. I don't know if I'm going to rip this out yet, because I still have that 5-ring binder, and I keep my ink swatches in there and stuff. So like these little cute collages, I don't want to rip them up. If anything, I might add them to like a journal entry. If I don't know if I have like an empty space, empty page. For example, I could just keep these and stick them into my journals. I could tip them in. Like they're already decorated and collaged with little cute little stickers there. So these ones I think I will leave for now. But don't be afraid to look through your previous journals or papers, pages, and take out things that you no longer need. So actually I don't need this specific journal at this time, so I'm going to keep it off to the side here. And I'm just going to I'm going to keep this handy so that I can grab things as I go. These kind of fun tickets are very handy to have. So the idea I had with the recycling bin, sometimes we receive packages in the mail, and this like cardboard texture, I don't know how you would call it. I'm just going to rip out a piece and so that we can play with it. This one as well. These are all part of the recycling stuff. So yeah, just having that the envelope has this backing, and using that for texture I think is a lot of fun. So let's rip off a smaller piece. And I think with these clusters, I don't really have anything in mind. In the past, when I created these, I would have in my mind, I would keep a little space for maybe the date or like a title. And then sometimes you just really need there's no dimension to it. So whatever you feel, if you want to create clusters for dates, then just keep that in mind in terms of sizing. I'm just going to, I was looking for, yes, the tissue paper here. So something that's light and you can easily see. Let's start with this little tag here. These tissue papers have like a nice texture. You can crinkle it up and then still see through to the back. And it's a very nice, like easy TV type of, if you just want to watch some TV or you're watching a program or listening to some podcasts and you want like a mindless activity to do, it's really fun to have all these papers kind of lined up and ready to rip and ready to go. I really like edges like this. I don't have my little Delphonics notebook here, but I did do that one I used for the layering here. I like having these like paper edges, and so if you notice something like this with a different type of edge, I think that's always fun to use as well here. And yeah, just try not to think about it too much. Just enjoy the process of creating these things. I'm going to use my stapler. Well, with this one, let me show you with glue. I kind of want to cut this size down just a little bit, so don't throw away those little pieces. I'm going to glue this down. And of course, if you have a sewing machine close by, sewing in paper bits is always so much fun. I really, really enjoy that process as well with sewing. kind of want to add something, a little something here. Yeah, this one is another fun one with edges, like a different type of paper. But yeah, hopefully you can rummage through your recycling and see if there's something that you can use to make these clusters. I think if I had the best time management skills, I would have definitely created these before the Junk Journal July challenge so that I could have like these made headings, and then I would be able to just write the headings or have these ready to go. To be honest, this is a little too square for me. I don't know if I can. Yeah, I like it a little kind of wonky or in a different type of shape. And if you want to use the clusters maybe in a corner and you're looking for more corner clusters, you can keep that in mind as well. So you can have a straighter edge over here and then maybe curve it. Then if you're looking for a corner one up here, you can have a straight edge up here. And yeah, the corner ones are fun too. You can have a flower. This is a little distracting because you can see the glue coming through the tissue paper, but hopefully when that dries, you'll be able to see how fun it looks. You can always add stickers and things as well. I'm going to grab my stapler and show you how I staple things. But I'll also, actually, let me just, oh, this is perforated, that's perfect. You can always add and layer on top of each other. Let me show you with the stapler here. So there's that one. You can staple it. Doesn't have to be straight, anywhere you want. And if you don't like it curling up, you can add some washi tape and stick that down, or of course you can add some glue as well. I'm going to grab some washi tape and stick the top piece down here. There. So it's a lot of layers, and but hopefully that's something that you can work on. Maybe you can have help from your kids as well. I think my kids would have a blast making these paper clusters, and it's such a fun memory to have. Like if I look through my journal and I see these paper clusters, I think it would be so fun to remember my kids. I think maybe for the summer holiday or summer break, it would be a nice activity to do. We grab some stamps and some tickets as well here. Let's do one more. I'll use this piece here. I tend to overthink sometimes. You know, I always mention about that, or I'd always talk about that. But this, I'm going to try my best not to overthink things and just go with it. So there's something simple. If you wanted to add, where's the tissue paper? If you wanted to add, oops, here we go. If it's too harsh, you can always add the tissue paper on top and kind of soften things down a bit. You can still see it in the back, different layers. But yeah, if you find that it's too hard, you can definitely, let's add that so that I can show you what I mean. there's that little cluster there, and yeah, just keep going. I think this is, it's interesting that I'm discovering this now, but I think it would be such a fun like summer thing to do with the kids. They could rip things up and create their own little paper bits for their own journals. I would keep these if you want to. You can always layer them on top. So I turned off my camera and I saw that the end part or parts of the video were out of focus. So I did create this nice little paper cluster here using the Hobonichi paper. And if you find that the paper here is a little too busy with writing, you can always layer some more tissue paper on top. Like you can do a double layer or a triple layer of tissue paper on top. And then write your item there. You can use a dark type of dark ink brush pen. And yeah, I don't know if this part of the video was out of focus, but I was testing it out on different pages and I think it turned out really cute. Yeah, like I said, I have difficulty kind of meshing or combining bright colored or like bright white paper with more of like the vintagey style of journaling, but I think it's always fun to mix things up. And yeah, if you end up creating your paper clusters or if you have a video about it, I would love to see. Please tag me on Instagram. I'm at mylifemits, and I hope this video was helpful. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you soon. Bye bye.